Were they really your friends? This is Dr. Kamani, licensed clinical psychologist, and I'm talking to Black women in toxic jobs. And I want us to take a moment to evaluate the uh, acquaintanceships or friendships that we have in our work environments. So, when we're in work environments, sometimes we may become friendly with people and they're your acquaintances, but sometimes you might form closer relationships with your coworkers and they can become your friends. So I've done videos before about can coworkers really be your friends? And it's really up to you. Some of my closest friends are some of my former coworkers, so it may be possible. However, there might be situations in which people that you were friendly with or you thought that they were your friends turns out that they really weren't your friends. And so I'm going to talk a little bit in terms of some of the things that you might experience as you're on this journey, that progression, where we talk about the progression of leaving a toxic job. As you are on that progression, you may notice certain things about people that you're friendly with and or people you thought were your friends. And so one of the things that you might experience is that when things start getting really stressful or difficult for you, those people that you were friendly with or you thought were your friends, they are nowhere to be found. They're not checking on you, they're not there to support you, nothing. It's just like they're vanished and you're just out there. Something else you might experience is that as you are going through that journey, they may not be there to really support you, but they may be trying to get information from you about what your next move is so they can go gossip to other people. So those are not true friends, but you may experience that. You may experience situations in which you may not have heard from them for a while when you're in the height of going through the stress or whatever the job. And then all of a sudden they circle back and they're asking you a whole bunch of questions in your business, trying to figure out what your next move is, what you thought about this, and blah, blah. Be mindful of what information you share with them because more than likely that information is going to go somewhere else. Something else that you might encounter as you are in this situation is that people that maybe you had looked out for in the workplace, whom you were friendly with, they may not be your friends. And I'm not saying that most of us are going into the workplace naive and thinking everybody's our friend. That is not true. Most of us do not do that. As we're coming to the workplace, we are observant, we are mindful in terms of, really using discernment. However, there might be people befriend you and you may not know their true intentions, but their true intentions eventually come out. So you will find out. So these might be people that you're friendly with, you befriended in some way, and you are really trying to help them out in the workplace. So you may be trying to help them in terms of different skills. You might let them know about different opportunities, job openings, whatever. But what you might encounter is that when you are needing support, again, they're nowhere to be found, and or these people, those same people might be the same ones who are throwing you under the bus or doing things to undermine you in the sense of trying to do things to make you look less favorable in the workplace so they can look more favorable so they can get the opportunities. So again, we know for sure that those are not our friends. Now, what you might encounter also is once you leave the toxic job, those people that you were friendly with and or maybe you thought you were friends with, again, nowhere really in sight. Again, maybe just resurfacing to get information from you so they can gossip. So that might be an opportunity for you to really evaluate your circle, really evaluate who are the people or who have been the people who have been there to support you, who have been there to lift you up, not step on you while you're down. I've had those experiences too, and they can be very painful where people that you thought were relatively cool are like step on you and being very insensitive about your experiences, or like I said, just nowhere to be found. So there might be reasons why they do that. And some of the reasons might be they may have a fear that by associating with you, that they're going to be next. So in terms of the negative treatment in the workplace, they might have fear of that, a fear of that because of retaliation, because we know retaliation It's very real. I've done videos on that. So they may see that you've been on the receiving end of the retaliation and they're trying to distance themselves from you, thinking that that will make them safer. It really won't. Because when you think about being in a toxic workplace, it may not happen to them immediately, but some kind of way everybody's impacted in that toxic work environment. But that just might be their way of kind of distancing away from you. There may be a feeling that you are going to expect for them to stand up for you or fight for you. And again, they don't want to be in association with you because they're concerned, that fear that something might happen to them also. So when I'm talking about support from people, the support that many of us need when we're down is people just checking in on us and seeing how we're doing and not disclosing what we're sharing with them. We are not necessarily expecting them to go out and rah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. We're expecting people to support us, just like in many times you, and just as I have, supported people when they were down. There becomes sometimes we have an expectation that those people will reach out to us and uplift us too. And many times we are disappointed when that doesn't happen. So, as you are on that journey, as I talk about the progression, so as you are in the progression, you might start seeing people that you were associated with, friendly friends, whatever, stop dropping off. They just are nowhere to be found. And once you leave that toxic job, you might have a more uh, uh, you might see more numbers of people that you were associated with kind of just drop off. And know that, maybe those people don't need to be in your life at this moment because maybe they really were not your true friends. Maybe they don't have your best interest in heart. Maybe they can't see a way out of the toxic job or see a life outside of that in terms of the bigger and better that you're going to. So maybe you need to leave them there because they're not able to go with you in terms of where you're going. So you want to be around people. Again, check your circle. You want to be around people who are supporting you, who are not threatened by you, who are not doing things to undermine or belittle or anything like that. Those people were not your friends in the first place. And one way to tell is that you can observe people, and the hope is that you're doing that before you start befriending people. Start observing those people in the workplace to see how do they interact with other people, particularly how do they interact with other Black women. Do you see them supporting other Black women, or do you see them gossiping about them, saying things to undermine them, trying to make them look bad so they look better? And I'm saying even people that they so-called call their friends. I have encountered that where Black women that say they are friends with other Black women and they are demeaning the women and things, those people are not your friends. So use discernment in terms of collecting data and recognize that some people who were in your life during that time period, they may be only in your life for a season, and that might be okay. So they may have made your work experience a little bit more light and exciting or whatever. And so just keep it for what it is. Just see it for what it was. It was an opportunity, it was an experience, a shared time that you may have had with people. But the hope is that those people were not also doing other negative things. So again, there might be people that you had in your life for a season and you just move on. There might be people in the workplace that you thought were you were cool with, and it turns out you really weren't. Like they had some other thoughts about you that you had no idea, and they were trying to get over on you, or they were trying to make you look bad, whatever. But again, those people are not your friends. I would say shed those people, release those people because they have no place in your life anymore. And as you're moving on and as you release those people, just think about if you're in a garden. If you're in a garden, you have weeds in your garden. You have to go through your garden and get the weeds out because other things cannot grow. So things that are healthy for you, things that are nurturing for you cannot grow. So think of it in the same way as people in the workplace. So those whom you thought were your friends, if they're pulling you down in some ways, they're draining your energy, they are trying to get over on you. You know how some weeds they take over and then they end up um, destroying the life of something else. So were those people that you were around, were they doing that to you too? So you want to be around other people in your garden, people that help you grow. And I would absolutely say that as I've been in this transition in terms of leaving that toxic job, there are a number of people I'm still connected to in relation to really good friendships. Um, there's a lot of people that I've had to let go for whatever reason, like if they've shown themselves to me in terms of their true selves, or if they've shown themselves or demonstrated that they were not trustworthy, whatever that is, a lot of people I've shed out of my life. And something that you might want to do is something I did. I went through my phone and I did like a purge. So I did a purge of those people who did me wrong, were not there to support me, whatever, at that toxic workplace. And so I did that for myself as a symbolic gesture that I was releasing them. But also, every time I would see their names, it would trigger something in me. So I was like, let me just release these people from my phone. Okay. And so, no bad feelings towards them, because I know, just as you may know, that those people who were engaging in those behaviors towards you, who maybe pretended like they're your friend, or I call people like that imposters. So maybe they were an imposter, pretending like they were your friend to try to get over or try to make you whatever. I understand that people who do that many times, they are deeply insecure. And because they're deeply insecure, they need to try to pull down other people. So try to dim the light of other people so they can shine brighter. And anytime that happens, I see it and I'm like, wow, that is so sad for you. That is so sad for you. I can't relate to that, but that is so sad for you. And when that happens, I'm able to have an understanding. So I have like, when I think about the work that I do a lot of work, a lot of training in trauma. And so we talk about having a trauma informed lens, which is the shift from what's wrong with that person to what happened to that person. I can do that even with the workplace bully. Like, there must have been something really bad must have happened to you for you to be that cruel to other people. Yes, so I have that understanding. And even though I have the understanding, I get it, that is not then make me say, oh, well, let me forgive them, let me include them in my life. No, those people are dangerous. You have to really watch out for people like that, because they will do whatever they need to do to make themselves look better and to make you look bad. And it might even cost you your job or whatever. Those people are dangerous. So be aware of who you're working with. So again, observe, see what's going on, and then pay attention to your gut. So what is your gut telling you when you're around that person? When you see how they interact with other people, when you see how they interact with you, pay attention to that gut. Okay. So as I'm closing, coworkers can be friends. As I said before, I had some really good friends who were former coworkers, but there might be situations where you thought you were friendly with someone or a group of people, and they really weren't your friends. It was really evident that they really were not your friends. But no, just like a garden, like I said before, when you think about a garden, think about that's the garden of your life. You want people in your life who help you grow. You don't want people in your life who try to destroy you or hinder your growth. That's not what you want. And like I said before, you might want to do a purge of your phone of those people who have demonstrated to you that they are not for you and that they don't have your back. They may have their own insecurities. I wish them well. I wish them, they go into therapy and address those issues. However, they can no longer be in my circle. They can no longer be around me to potentially try to cause me harm. And my hope is that you remember that for yourself too. Okay. So if you're in situations, you're in a toxic job, you're trying to get out, perhaps my videos, you may watch them in terms of giving you an opportunity to self reflect about what's going on in your work environment and what are you ready for. If you're ready to get out that toxic job and you need some support, then let's talk. Okay. So book a discovery call with me. Click the link, it's in the description section, and we can talk about your job, what's going on, what's your timeline for wanting to leave. And in that discovery call, we can see how well we might connect. If we have a good connection in terms of working together, then we will schedule a follow-up meeting and you will actually come up with your exit plan. So you will be ready. You will come up with your exit plan. The only thing you got to do is just do it, okay? So like Nike, just do it. So if you want that, if you're ready, then again, book the discovery call. You click the link in the description section and you get on my calendar, okay? So I'm signing off and no, even if you've had those negative experiences in the workplace, I'm just thinking about Dr. Maya Angelou, but she said, when people show you who they are the first time, pay attention. So the hope is that you're paying attention and recognize that those people who are doing these things to you, who are shady and talking behind your back and gossiping and trying to dim your light, all those people, those are signs that there's something bigger and better for you. But those people don't need to be on their journey with you. You got to let them go. Gotta let them go. And whatever their issues are, we can hope that they get the support, whatever they need, but they cannot continue to be in your space because they are dangerous because of their insecurities. Okay. So I'm signing off. And the ask is that you give this video a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know to suggest this video to other Black women. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, Lifting As We Climb Consulting Wellness Services, please do so. And as I am lifting, as I'm healing, I'm trying to reach out to as many Black women as I can to leave and heal from toxic jobs. My ask is that you also help other Black women as well. If you know of a Black woman, she is probably in a toxic job herself, or she's just left a toxic job. Please be a support to her. Please don't step on her as she's down, right? I've had experiences where I call it like people stepping on your neck while you're already down. So let us lift up our sisters. So share this video with at least one other Black woman because this might help lift her as well. So be a true friend to her as you are a true friend to yourself, and you are honoring yourself and you are protecting yourself and away from people who are not really for you. Okay. Okay. So I'm signing off and I will see you later. Bye bye.